I'm just waiting for 20 seconds so the video can start properly. So here we go. That's it. Hello, YouTube fans. This is TheSkullKlown. Tomorrow, well, technically, it's already the next day. It's 4:44 p.m. in the morning. I'm gonna watch Godzilla minus one today. Later on during PM of 4:30 because that's where I found out where it's gonna start. So I will talk about Godzilla minus one in this channel. And I'm also going to make a spiritual enlightenment video about that movie also. I think I just have to. Something tells me inside that I should. But let's not talk about Godzilla minus one right now. Let's talk about Godzilla X Khan. The new Khan figure, I was trying to research just to find if this new Khan, which is called what's it? Skull King, basically. In a spiritual enlightenment way, they could have helped themselves, man. I'm called the TheSkullKlown, and then they have a fucking ape character called the Skull King. Come on. Come on. The reason I mention that, especially if you watch my spiritual stuff, you know exactly what I could turn into in the astral realm. And it looks like a Godzilla type of creature. That's a different story for another day. But the reason I want to mention that is because I feel like this Khan is a Khan slash Zilla hybrid. Again, this is just guessing. Of course I'm gone. Of course I'm gone with this new Khan that's red and going after Godzilla and Khan is not a Khan slash Godzilla hybrid. You know, Khanzilla. So, I mean, because everyone has been talking about that, and the reason I mention that is because Toho was pushing a character like that, but they never did it. They were going to do it in Godzilla Final Wars, and they didn't do it. So this whole thing of Khanzilla, Toho has been wanting to do it for a long, long, long time. So maybe we might not get it in this new Godzilla movie. We might get it, who knows, we might get it in a future Godzilla movie in the future. A Khanzilla. I would love to see a Khanzilla. But the only time that we could see that, if it's from Japan, then I think Japan needs to make a King Kong movie. We already made a Godzilla movie. Might as well make a Kong movie. Japan hasn't made a Kong movie in years. So I think it'd be right for them to do that if they are gonna bring Godzilla. If they are. And I'm talking about for the Japanese side. In the American side, they can already do that already. And here's the thing too. Don't be surprised if don't be surprised if Godzilla X Khan is a two-parter. I'm just saying that right now. The reason I say that is because something just tells me inside that they're gonna make this a two-parter. One when they're fighting the monster that is making everything all icy and everything like that. You know, we heard about that monster that is controlled by the other Khan. And part two will be about going after the other Khan. So I think that's what we're gonna get. Could I be wrong and 100% wrong? Oh, of course. This is just me guessing and just me just shooting the shit, me having fun. It could not happen, obviously. By the way, I am watching the Monarch TV series, and I'm actually enjoying it. I am. Are there some flaws with it that I have a problem with? Good God, yes. But overall, I'm having a good time with it, to be quite honest with you. No, it's not. The complaint of me with the Monarch TV show is not because not showing a bunch of monsters and everything like that. No, it's not that. It's something about the human characters. And look, the human characters in Monarch, there's only really two characters I care about, and then when they go back to the 50s, I care about those characters. I want to stick to those characters because when they go back to the modern day in 2015, there's like two actresses that are great. They're good. I've seen them do other stuff, and they're good, basically. But those two actresses, damn, they make their characters like unlikable. I'm sorry. I'm saying that right now. I'm to the point to those characters. I'm like, if you die, I don't give a fuck. You too unlikable for me. I'm sorry. You know, I care about that Asian dude and what is it? This guy. What's his name? Damn it, I always forget his name. Hold on, I gotta search this up. Most likely I'm gonna remember it before I even see his name. I just saw a movie of it and I just can't. I just saw a movie of him in the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 and I freaking forgot about it. I just watched it. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? Kurt Russell. Okay, Kurt Russell and that Asian dude, best characters in the show. The other two characters, the Asian chick and the sister, I can't deal with them. I can't deal with them. I tried, I try, but good God. But hey, you can't say that's not bad acting. I can't say that's bad acting. The fact that you make me feel this way about those characters says a lot. Says a lot. And that's pretty good acting in my opinion. You know, they're doing their job. Nothing against the actresses. They're doing their job to make me feel some type of way about them. And it's not sexual or anything. It's literally me being like, can you get off my screen? Or not even that. Not even get off my screen. Can you just die? How about that? Because your character's to the point that I'm sick of it. And you're not saying what you need to feel. And I fucking hate that shit. I hate when characters in shows and movies do not say what they need to say. It drives me insane. But guys, it's a show, and movies and shows do that just to get you riled up. It's their job. That's what the character is supposed to do. So that's why I'm not too upset about it because I know what the actor's doing. And I'm not blaming the actor. I'm not blaming the direction that they did. It's what they wanted. And that's fine. To be quite honest, that's why I look at those two actresses and I'm like, you guys are so good, but why they had to make characters like you like this? I guess to, show off their little, their little, little, different ways of how they can act and everything like that, different roles, different, how do you like my Sticker Clown t-shirt? I love this t-shirt. But, it just shows how the actresses are doing and stuff like that. So that's really it. Because the whole Monarch TV show, I really enjoyed the part when we're in the 1950s with the Asian chick and the two white dudes that I don't want to spoil the whole thing if you haven't seen the show, but I'm telling you guys, once you watch that show, if you have watched it or you're going to watch it later, literally that whole show should have been about the 50s because I'm literally to the point that those characters, I love those characters. Those characters are fucking great. They have flaws, yes, but they're also funny at the same time and they're sarcastic with each other. Oh, I love it. 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 Why do you think I like Guardians of the Galaxy a lot? But let me take this out because my laptop already charged and everything like that. So, anyways, let's talk about a little bit more about Godzilla real quick. Godzilla and Kong. Sorry, I just wanted to do that because I just wanted to move my phone because my battery is low and I don't want it to die. So I'm trying to make this video nice and short. You know my videos. Sometimes my videos are never nice and short, but hey, I try to go fast as the way I do it. Let me go up here so I could be more vocal here. So the new Godzilla movie, Godzilla -1, I am going to see it. I wanted to see it when it first came out, but no one kind of took me to the movie theaters. But I'm going to go later on today. So and Godzilla X Kong. I am looking forward to that movie. I am. It looks great. The trailer is coming out soon, and Godzilla's look looks fine. I like Godzilla's look. I like that he's more spiky. I like that. I love that. Remember that fan art when Godzilla looked like a porcupine? You guys remember that? Did you guys remember that? If you remember that, you deserve a Godzilla cookie because that's how you know you're a fan. All right, seriously. All right. Seriously. Because there was like Godzilla. Here it is. This is one of them. I remember seeing this. And apparently this was an official concept for Godzilla for Legendary. I don't know if it was true, but supposedly this is. I could be, well, they're showing pictures here that it is, so I guess it is. Here, I'll show you it right now. This is the concept of Godzilla, what he was going to be in the Legendary. He looks fucking great. Look at that. You see that? That's what people say, Porcupine Godzilla. You know, if we ever get that design in the future, I'm all for it. That type of design of Godzilla literally looks like he's full of metal and there's like things coming out of him. So it's like almost impossible to even like attack him, especially if you're a monster fighting him. He's just gonna get hit every time. Look at his teeth too, you know? So apparently that was a concept that they were thinking of. And who knows, maybe they were still thinking about it because the Godzilla look that we see now in Godzilla X Khan, he's very spiky. So maybe they looked at that and they were like, let's do that, but turn it down a bit. Like let's pay homage to that design, but also pay homage to Godzilla 2000's design, which let me go back. Because Godzilla 2000's design is actually pretty dope. It's actually really, really dope. 2000. If you haven't watched Godzilla 2000, you should. You should. All right. That's one of my favorite designs for Godzilla. It's sleek, beautiful, sexy, and he looks great. You know. Let me go back here. Show you that. Look at him. This is the action figure, but look at him. Look how spiky that is. People want to complain about his dorsal plate, saying that, oh, you know, why does Godzilla have pink spikes and everything like that? Yeah, I'm sure it's purple. It just looks pink because, well, if you look at this, it looks pink there too, but it's actually purple. So you could tell they're paying homage to Godzilla 2000 with that design. And it looks exactly the same thing as what Godzilla looks like in Godzilla X Khan. So, I mean, I'm up for it. I don't care. I love that Godzilla design. You know how some people talk about all the way he looks and everything like that. Well, maybe he should look like Godzilla 2000 design. It's literally the same shit. It's the same shit. Look at it. Look at it. It's literally the same shit. You know. So that's how you know they were a fan of Godzilla 2000, and I don't blame them. That's a good movie. That is a good movie. That's a fun Godzilla movie. Um, I do want to say one thing. Godzilla minus one has been overhyped to the point that I'm like, guys, if I watch this movie and it's not exactly how you're talking about, look, I'm a Godzilla fan. I watch Godzilla like crazy. So I know when a Godzilla is I know when a Godzilla movie is really good or just passable or okay. You know, I watch Godzilla movies for kind of like I grew up with the 60 Godzilla movies. You know, I grew up with that era of Godzilla. I wasn't born in the 60s for crying out loud. If I was, damn, what's your secret, boy? Well, my secret is this and that. I was born in 93, but I saw so many 60s on Godzilla movies that I grew up with. And that was the version of Godzilla that saved the planet. You know, that's not my favorite version of Godzilla, even though I grew up with it and I loved it. My favorite version of Godzilla is also that is will always be the Heisei Godzilla. I grew up with that Godzilla also. I literally grew up watching the Heisei Godzilla, and I loved it ever since. The design of Godzilla looks beautiful. Even Toho knows that that design is beautiful. They still use it to this day sometimes, you know. Um, so the Heisei Godzilla has always been my favorite Godzilla. That Heisei design is literally my definitive Godzilla design. That's one of the reasons why I have an action figure of him because that design is just beautiful. And if you want to know what type of figure I got, I was trying to find the King Ghidorah one, but I couldn't find that figure of Godzilla from the King Ghidorah movie because that's one I grew up with the most. I just got the Biolante one, which is not bad either because that's a good look too. But I want to get the more the other version because that one he's more pissed off and he's just tired of humanity. I don't blame him. I really don't. Have you seen that movie though? If you guys have seen Godzilla versus if you guys haven't look, if you guys are gonna watch Godzilla, if you guys are gonna watch Godzilla minus one, you guys should really watch Godzilla versus King Ghidorah from 1991 if you haven't seen it. If you haven't seen it, that's fine. But oh my god, guys, it has flaws. It does. It does. Because the movie does time travel, and it has so many plot holes with the time traveling shit. But yet, it's my favorite Godzilla movie of all fucking time. I am dead serious. And that movie has flaws like a motherfucker. It does. It really fucking does. All right. Even I've even told people that before. I'm like, that's the best Godzilla movie of all time, and that shit has flaws like a motherfucker. To the point that you're like, how does anyone like this? But oh my god, like the fights with Godzilla and King Ghidorah nonstop. I know some people are going to be like, oh, it's just a beam battle. So how do you expect monsters to fight? I get it. People miss the '60s fight basically, like wrestlers, and I miss that too. But what do you think in the legendary Godzillas? You put that together, the beaming wars from the Heisei era, but also the fighting wrestling style that you saw in the '60s Godzilla. They put that together for the modern Godzilla movies nowadays, and I love it. I love it. By the way, I haven't seen Shin Ultraman, and I want to see Shin Ultraman so fucking bad. Could we get Shin Godzilla versus Shin Ultraman the movie, please? I don't care if it's animated. I don't care if it's stop motion animation. I want that shit. I'm sure I can find it on YouTube and get my fix. But still, uh, hold on. I need to show you guys the poster to this. Oh look, I'm in the Godzilla wiki. This is the poster that I had as a kid. I mean, not a poster. This is the movie cover that I had. No, don't save it. There we go. This is the movie poster that I had as a kid when I first saw this movie. This is the poster from the VHS of Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah. Look how epic that picture is, man. It's so fucking epic. I might just need to buy the VHS again just because of that cover alone. That cover is so beautiful. I remember walking in the movie theater. I remember walking to a movie store one day and I saw a whole bunch of Godzilla movies. I even saw Godzilla vs. Biollante there. I almost got Godzilla vs. Biollante, but then I saw this and I was just like, I'm grabbing that shit because it just spoke to me more. And it was one of the best movies. I watched that movie so many times, it's ridiculous. And I'm so surprised that I did not destroy the VHS because I watched it so many times. So many times. It's ridiculous how many times I watched this movie, man. And when I watch it again, since I'm an adult, I'm 30 years old, and since I watch this again, I'm going to feel like I'm a little kid again. Seriously, man. Have you ever had those movies that you watch it and you feel like a little kid again? You know? Because there's some movies out there that I watched when I was a kid that doesn't give me that same feel as this movie does, to be quite honest. And I grew up with Back to the Future, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, freaking Halloween. I grew up with all of those movies, but only this movie has made me feel like a little kid again. That I was back when I was watching this for the first time ever. Have you ever felt that way? I'm sure you guys have. If you ever have, put it in the comment section. What movie did you felt that made you felt that way? This movie made me felt that way, And I love this movie to death. For kind of know, this was the very first movie that we got Mega King Ghidorah. And do I think King Ghidorah will come back in the legendary series? Yeah, he will. He will. I feel like if they keep going with the legendary Godzilla, we will eventually see Mega King Ghidorah. We saw Mega Godzilla, so don't be surprised if they take Mega Godzilla's head and they put it and they make it to King Ghidorah. So that's just me, mainly because King Ghidorah's brain was in Mega Godzilla's body. So it's kind of cool that they did that. I like that. I like the unique style that they did that. That's one of the reasons why Godzilla went crazy in that movie. He was searching for for Mega Godzilla, mainly because they were using King Ghidorah's brain to make Mega Godzilla. So technically Godzilla was fighting Mega Godzilla, Mega King Ghidorah, but also Mega Godzilla at the same time. It's cool how they did that. That's why when you saw Mega Godzilla in Kong vs. Godzilla, he's all like this. So he's already being like Kinodora. He's already showing his 3 heads. When I saw that, I was like, I see what you did there, movie. I see what you did there. Only fans will get that. Only true hardcore fans will get that. Because if you didn't get that, then I'm saying this right now, you're not a true fan. I saw that shit the first time when I saw that movie. I'm like, oh, that's a nice touch. Mega Godzilla going like this, like Kinodora did in Godzilla versus Kong. Oh, I mean in Godzilla King of the Monsters, you guys did a fantastic job with that shit, man. Seriously. Oh, how can most people might think that I'm rude, saying that. Hey, if you didn't, well, I'll say this right now. If you didn't notice it, you didn't notice it. That's fine. But as a true hardcore Godzilla fan, I noticed that. I did. It's hard. It's hard to not notice that if you're a true hardcore Godzilla fan. Seriously, I've been a fan since I was a baby. I'm sorry. Godzilla is literally coded in my blood. Same thing with horror movies, man. Horror movies and Godzilla are literally etched into my fucking blood, into my skin. I'm dead serious. That's how much I know about a lot of shit about Godzilla. Right? That's why when people talk about shit about the animated Godzilla series that recently came out, um like the other like that recently animated Godzilla movies, like when people talk shit about that, I'm just like, what do you suspect, man? What the fuck's wrong with you guys? Like, people forget that the original Godzilla movie barely had any Godzilla in it. So when you talk shit saying that, oh, Godzilla's barely in his movie, yeah, no shit. Did you watch the original movie? That's how I know you're not a fan. You're not a fan. You're a casual fan that just wants to complain about stupid fucking shit. You look bad. You look like a piece of shit. Because in my eyes, I'm looking at you and you're like, you're a fucking idiot. You're a fucking idiot. You can never watch the original Godzilla movie because you could be fucking complaining. But then you want to praise it to a fucking goddamn moon. That's why I'm not listening to other YouTubers about Godzilla minus one, because if you barely watch a Godzilla movie, of course you're going to think Godzilla minus one is a masterpiece. And I'm hyped to see Godzilla minus one. It could be a masterpiece. Some people say it's better than Shin Godzilla, but I haven't watched it yet. But I will soon, and when I will give my thesis on it, my view on it. And hey, if I come back and say that this is a fucking good Godzilla movie, you should watch it, then yeah, you should. If I come back and say that it's a good Godzilla movie, but it's not worth going to the movie theaters for, then wait until it's on streaming services or wait when it comes out on DVD. It's still worth buying a DVD, still worth watching, you know? I think every Godzilla movie is worth watching. There's still a lot of Godzilla movies out there I still haven't actually watched, to be quite honest. The only 60s Godzilla movie I have not watched is Revenge of Godzilla and Son of Godzilla. And Godzilla Rates Again. Those are the 3 Godzilla movies I still have not watched. And that's it. From the old classic ones, those are the only things I haven't watched. Other than that, I've watched all Godzilla shit. Except for probably cameos and anime and other shit. You know when they use the toy figures and they made like a TV series about that. I haven't watched that. I wonder if I could find that. Who knows? I mean, I did find Ultraman in a website called Bflex. Go to Bflex. It has a lot of free movies out there. Seriously, Bflex is literally awesome. Seriously, and it's a lot better than paying a lot of the streaming services. Go to bflex.to, not .com, not .net. It's .to. They try to get you with that .com shit. All right, because if you go to the .com one, it's not gonna be the right one. It's not. It's gonna be a bootleg one. To be quite honest with you, yeah. So let me show you this poster. Like, look at this poster. Look at this. When I first saw this poster, this shit was epic. Look at that. That is fucking beautiful, man. That's like a Final Fantasy boss right there, to be quite honest with you. And I love that Kinodora has like the elements of like fire, thunder, and like wind or water or some shit like that. That looks pretty dope. That looks pretty dope. And that kind of tells you too, the posters for these concept arts for the poster of the Godzilla movies says a lot what we could have got in the original Godzilla movies. I mean, in the Godzilla project before the movie came out. So it's so cool to see King Ghidorah wrapped up with Godzilla, and then like it's so cool. I wish we got that part in the movie. The only time, I mean, obviously we couldn't do it because it's all about they're not CGI characters in these movies. If there were CGI characters, oh, I guarantee you could have done it. Guarantee you. That's why in Godzilla, King of the Monsters in 2019, I was kind of not disappointed, but I was expecting King Kong, King Ghidorah wrapping Godzilla's neck, basically like in Godzilla versus King Ghidorah. But I guess they didn't want to like because I know there's people out there that be like, oh, you're just imitating the other movie, just do your own thing instead of, and then people will be like, guys, it's homage, calm the fuck down. But you know how people are on the internet. Oh, you're just regurgitating old shit. Have you have you ever thought that maybe it's a reference? No, because I don't give a fuck. Of course you don't give a fuck because you're a fucking idiot. Get out of here. You're not a fan. You're just a bullshit motherfucker. Seriously. Sorry, that's how I see people like that, man. Seriously. They're just a bullshit motherfucker that just wants to argue for nothing. Nothing. Okay, look at this picture with Godzilla and King Ghidorah right here. You see how huge King Ghidorah is compared to Godzilla? That is awesome. That is awesome. To be quite honest, I always wanted Mothra to be that way, the same size as King Ghidorah. I wanted her to be huge like King Ghidorah, her body and her wings to literally cover Godzilla. Seriously, man. I've always wanted that for Mothra. I always wanted that. That's just me, man. Here, I'll show you the poster. I'll show you the poster of what I'm talking about. 1990s. Here it is. When I first saw this poster, I'm like, why are you not going to make Mothra like that? You know, she's like, still like, if I was making a Godzilla movie and I was going to put Mothra in it, this is the size I would have had her. I would have had Mothra literally this big and have her wings this huge to literally like cover Godzilla while she's fighting her, or while she's fighting him. You know how epic and awesome would that be? She would actually probably, and I love Mothra. I do. I will always love Mothra. But how badass that would be to see her like that. Oh my god. I would pay to see that. I would love Mothra to literally be the same size as a Godzilla and her wingspan covers him and stuff like that. Oh my god. Come on. It writes itself. It's like, when I look at this poster, I'm all like, guys, you're not making her like that? No. Then you're idiots. You're idiots. You're an idiot. You're an idiot if you don't make Mothra like this. I'm sorry. My Mothra will be like that if I was making a Godzilla movie. She will be gigantic and huge compared to him. Okay? He's the king of the monsters, yes, but she's the queen of the monsters. Might as well give her flowers, give her dues. Seriously. And yes, Mothra is the queen of the monsters. She's always been that way. It's not because Legendary pointed out and automatically she's like that. No, she's always been that way. She's always been the queen of the monsters. Okay? Seriously. And that's why I love Mothra. Mothra is the queen, as she should be. She is the queen of monsters. Are you kidding me? Hold on, let me see if they can do this. Queen of the monsters. And show Mothra. Look at that. You see? All you have to do is put Queen of the Monsters and they show it. Mothra. Mothra is the Queen of the Monsters, man. Obviously, they're showing the legendary version of her, but they're showing different versions of her too. They show the Heisei version of her here. Yeah, they show the Heisei version a little bit here in the beginning of the picture. And then different versions of Mothra. So, Mothra is just a great character, in my opinion. I know some people be like, oh, but she's too weak. She dies a lot and shit like that. She's not weak. She's not. She's immortal. The hell's wrong with you? The hell, can you do that? Can you do what Martha can do? No, so shut up. Martha is a badass. She's awesome. She is. She is badass. All right. So I think that's it. That's all I really need to say about the Godzilla stuff. I can't wait to see Godzilla minus one. I'm so hyped to see the trailer for Godzilla at Con when it comes out. And what else am I excited about with Godzilla? To be quite honest, it's great to be a Godzilla fan. At, to be quite honest with you, this is the time that I've always wanted to be a Godzilla fan. Ever since I was a little kid, remember that time when we barely got any Chucky stuff or even Godzilla stuff? Oh, that was dreadful in my opinion. That was just harsh. It was. Even if you're not a fan of those characters, not a fan of Chucky or Godzilla, at least understand that remember there was a period in time that there was certain things that you liked and they never showed it and you were like, can we talk about this? This one's still good. Like, why you guys are not talking about this, you know? And then eventually now it's talking about it. Now there's like so many things that are there now, you know? It's almost like Ghostbusters. Remember when Ghostbusters was dormant like crazy? Then they made 2016 and no one didn't give a fuck about it. Then they finally decided, okay, if you want to make sequels, if we want to continue on with this stuff with Ghostbusters, we need to do it right. That's what Sony did. And I have to vouch for Sony. At least they did it right. Sony could have been like, nah, we're gonna make another shit with Ghostbusters 2016 cast, and we don't give a fuck what you think. They could have done that. They could have done that. But they didn't. Now, Sony, congratulations. You got your franchise back. You've always wanted a fucking series. I mean, you always wanted a movie. You always wanted a franchise to literally milk like a motherfucker. Now you brought new life into Ghostbusters. Now you can do that as long as you don't fuck it up. You try to do that with Spider-Man, did not work. You try to do that with other shit, did not work. But now you do it with Ghostbusters. Okay, cool. Don't fuck it up. You fucked it up in 2016 and you learned your lesson. Don't fuck it up again. And I think you know you won't fuck it up again. Because it's impossible. You can't fuck up Ghostbusters. How can you fuck up Ghostbusters? Are you serious? You need to try really, really fucking hard to fuck up Ghostbusters. It's the same thing with Godzilla or Superman or Batman. You need to try really fucking hard to fucking destroy that shit. You know? I'm serious. It's almost like literally making a fucking Santa Claus movie. By the way, I have been watching the series about it on Disney Plus. It's actually pretty good. If you haven't watched Santa Claus with Tim Allen, those three movies, watch them. The first one's great. I love the second one. I grew up watching the second one so many times as a kid. The third one could be better, but it's fine. The TV series, though, oh my god, it's so good. I'm surprised how good it is. It's so good and funny at the same time, too. And it gives you that little, that little warm inside of the holidays. It makes you think as a kid of like, damn, this is what the holidays is really all about. But it's not like that anymore, sadly. Which they did touch upon in that show, which I like. Bravo. Bravo, Santa Claus TV show. Bravo. You're actually smarter than people give you credit for. Which is sad because you actually are a good show, And the Santa Claus with Tim Allen are not bad movies anyways. I never thought they were bad movies to begin with. Except for what? Even the third one, I didn't think it was a bad movie. I just thought it was just passable. There was highlights that I like, but overall it was just passable. It was almost like Santa Claus 3 was like, hey, let's just do Santa Claus 3 because Santa Claus 2 made so much money. That's really it. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you guys later. I know I talked about other things besides Godzilla, but I just want to leave you guys there. If you guys are a fan of my channel, just give you some things that I have been watching. So take care of yourselves, be safe, and I can't wait to watch Godzilla minus one. Oh, even if I don't watch it later on today, I know I'm going to watch it soon. So it's in my radar, and when things are in my radar, I'm going to watch them. So I'll see you guys and be safe and take care. And tell me what you guys think about the video that I made, you know, and tell me what you guys think about all the other stuff that I'm talking about, like Godzilla, -1, Godzilla X Con, the King Ghidorah Godzilla movie that I'm talking about, that I talked about when I was a child. I mean, when I watched it as a kid, and also the Santa Claus stuff. So I'll see you guys and take care.